My name is Miss Brittany Adams and I am a pediatric physical therapist. I've been doing pediatric physical therapy for 3 years. My internship was with Dr. Karen Mitchell, who always went by Dr. Karen, and that's why I decided to go by Miss Brittany.
My name is Mrs. Amy Brown and I am a pediatric occupational therapist instead of Mrs. Brown because my internship was with a lady known as Dr. Lauren back in 2010 when I was 20. That's why people knew me as Mrs. Amy now instead of Miss Amy back in 2010 or Miss Jackson in 2010 or Mrs. Brown right now.
My name is Mrs. Heidi Carlton and I am a pediatric speech therapist. I was born in 1980 and I had my intern with Dr. Sandra Burke, who went by Dr. Sandra. That's why I decided to go by Miss Heidi back then, and that's why I go by Mrs. Heidi now. I've been doing speech therapy for 25 years now and I'm looking to retire when I'm 69 years old.
My name is Miss Renee Dickinson and I am a pediatric feeding therapist. My intern was with Dr. Marjorie Stevenson in 1980 when I was just 20 years old, and then I started working here after my internship here with Dr. Marjorie, and that's why I wanted to go by Miss Renee instead of Miss Dickinson. My former last name was Gallagher, and then I got married to a lovely man who was an attorney named John Dickinson. But then he passed away when I was 59, so I am known as Miss Renee instead of Miss Renee or Mrs. Renee.
My name is Mr. Billy Evans and I am a pediatric vision therapist. I have with Dr. Joel Sterling back in 2020. That's why I'm 25 right now and drive Joel Sterling went by Dr. Joel instead of Dr. Sterling, and that's why I decided to go by Mr. Billy instead of Mr. Evans, because it seemed warmer with our young patient.
My name is Dr. Tracy Fredrickson, and I'm a doctor of pediatric hearing therapy, and I've been doing this for around 25 years. I got my doctorate degree at 25 in the next year. I set my physical therapy internship with Leslie Ravenwood, who is my mother's age. She went by Miss Leslie instead of Miss Ravenwood, and that's why I decided to go by Dr. Tracy instead of Dr. Fredrickson, but my last name when I was doing my internship was Haygood.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Ayushi G.R. Green. I am a new pediatric behavioral specialist, also known as a behavioral therapist, and in 2020 I had 3 years of internship with Miss Raven Williams, who went by Miss Raven, and she is the reason why I wanted to go by my first name instead of Miss Green. But if no one or some kids can't pronounce my name, they can call me Miss Kate. My name is Mrs. Lindsay Haydock and I am a pediatric sensory therapist 2010, and my internship was Dr. Kim Hatcher, who went by Dr. Kim not Dr. Hatcher, and that's why I don't want to go by Mrs. H, Mrs. Hyde or Miss Hyde or even Miss H. That's why I wanted to go by my first name. My last name when I was in my internship was McAllister, but I wanted to go by Miss Lindsay. Then in 2018 I got married in King Lindsay High, but I still wanted to go by Lindsay, so I changed it to Mrs. Lindsay, but y'all can still call me Miss Lindsay if you want to.
My name is Mrs. Angie Men and I am a pediatric music therapist. I've been doing pediatric music therapy since 1998, so for 27 years, and my internship was with Miss Sharon Rogers, who went by Mrs. Sharon, who was a pediatric therapist, occupational therapist and music therapist, whom always went by Mrs. Sharon, and that's why I decided to go by then, Miss Angie instead of Angela, because that's my actual name, but when I got married, I changed it to NN instead of Davis, and that's why I wanted to go by Mrs. Angie instead of Miss Davis or Mrs. Inman.